Southern senators turning against Southern governors. A clear message for 2023 presidency. But this whole article is the opinion of these are not facts, it's based on opinion. So let's get into it. Recently, the deliberation of the removal of electronic transmission of votes by the upper chamber of the National Assembly raised a serious scuffle between senators. However, one shocking revelation was the media report by Punch newspapers that some Southern senators went against the agreement of Southern governors. Recall that on July 5th, 2021, Southern governors, both APC and PDP, met in Lagos State and reached an agreement on the rotation of presidency. In 2023, petroleum industrial bill, ban of open grazing, security challenges, and that the electronic transmission of votes should be removed from the Electoral Act. The communique was contained in the agreement of the Southern governors that was read out by Governor Rotimi Akeredolu in the meeting. Hence, the report by Punch newspapers revealed that instead of APC Southern senators in the National Assembly to stand in unity with the July 25th resolution of their governors, they voted that the electronic transmission of votes would be removed from the amended Electoral Act. This is indeed the basis of the article to look into the consequence of this action by some Southern senators who voted against the July 5th resolution of their governors. This is a clear message that there is no unity between the Southern senators and Southern governors. It is not out of place to state that at this moment that the decision of the Southern senators against the wish of the Southern governors is a clear message that there is no unity. Southern governors should act as a matter of urgency and hold a meeting with their various senators to reach an agreement, especially towards 2023 presidency. If this kind of disunity is allowed to continue, then Southern 2023 presidency is out to hit the rocks. I think it's very... You really think that there's going to be a Southern presidency in 2023? Okay. I mean, maybe the face may be of a Southerner, but the real government and where the real power lies, not necessarily. It cannot just be one person. We're talking about if we're going to be a Southern presidency, or actually in some cases they zone it to the southeastern part of the country, there has to be assistance that are southeastern. They're gatekeeping the same way that the Northerners are doing it. And to be honest, I think for the Northerners, where the power actually resides at the moment, it is a huge risk because a lot of things can happen. Igbos have not necessarily gotten an apology. We don't know where their minds are at in terms of if there could be a revenge on what happened in the Biafran War. You do not know. And again, the country could actually be better. The country could be better if there's an Igbo president, and Nigerians would with their full chest demand that, Igbos be continue to be president, be in that position. So yeah. The second thing is that can Southern senators go against their party affiliation to agree with their governors for a 2023 Southern president? This is indeed a question that seeks an answer. Recall that Southern governors are made up of governors both from the APC and PDP, yet they are unable to reach a collective consensus without thinking of their party affiliation. And of course, it's just a bit like I don't know how it works, but your party should, of course, not be involved. And it's just like, for the fact that there was a whole clash with the removal of electronic voting system. I mean, to be honest, even in the past, was there, like, the electronic voting system was not even used effectively. For APC complaining about it, of course, they want to remain in position of power. With PDP, it's like, with the way that they've won past elections before, electronic voting maybe reduces the chances or does not give them the full-fledged opportunity to rig the elections as they've done before. 2023, I think it's going to be tight. There will be a lot of clashes. I genuinely think that's going to happen. I think Nigerians need to be rugged. I think Nigerians need to be like on fire. I think Nigerians need to be like, we're not taking nonsense because I think we don't understand the real damage this government has put us through. So yeah. Somebody here says those against the electronic voting are satanic riggers. This word satanic around the Nigerian government and around this issue has been thrown around a lot. I'm like, okay, fine, I understand that you don't agree, but is the word satanic, is it best appropriate? Even when the I think a northern group accused southern governors of hiding Sunday Igboho, again they also reacted and said that the statement was satanic. I mean, okay, fine, we get it. That's the problem with southerners; they can never be on the same page. That is the reason why the northerners are taking advantage of all of us. True. If the south does not get it right this time around, we might as well say goodbye to our freedom from these parasites. Any southern senator that goes against the resolution of the southern governors will remain a slave to the north and be voted out in 2023 without PVC. I don't know, yeah. I think with every state, with every state, I think we need to push and push that if any position that requires general voting, we take it with the utmost, seriousness and responsibility, because we cannot afford to put incompetent people in power. Or if anything, we just make a whole system of accountability where we're like, if we catch you in the act of doing anyhow, you will face the consequences. And that is how it should be. And I guess that's what makes everything bad as well. So yeah, someone says, let the senator who wants to lose his second term and also lose his political relevance dare the governors. Remember that after Abuja, they're going back to their various constituencies. But then they should have a passion for serving people, not necessarily because they want to be in power. Another comment here says the issue of e-voting that turned the legislative arms apart is a sign of future events that will consume the state of Nigeria. No, it's been a sign, because it depends. Because it's not like as if, let's be honest, okay, this electronic voting issue, listen, it was never really used in the first place. It was obviously there, but in a lot of Nigerian states, it was definitely like ballot box voting with the old way. And again, it doesn't mean that you cannot even still be corrupt with the electronic voting, whatever. Maybe just requires more techy and innovative ways to actually try to, do that. I mean, it's sad. Listen, this is so. I mean, 2023 will even happen. I am not even sure. There's gonna be a huge clash. Because I think everyone is now aware. Everyone is choosing to be aware. Everyone is now choosing to be selfish. And I guess we will see what happens. So, see you in 2023. Poo, I think. And don't forget to like and subscribe.